Hello, people, and welcome to my, I guess you'd call it a let's play of Transistor. Transistor is a game made by Supergiant Games, and it's one of their two games. They're a rather small studio, but they've made some really successful games such as Transistor and Bastion. And I really enjoy their games, and especially Transistor because of its gameplay and its lore, which you'll see more of. I hope to do a series after this one's done where I go more in depth with the Transistor lore. Possibly I'll do the same for Bastion and Pyre, their new game, when it comes out. So there's going to be more of that. Now, without further ado, let's begin.
Hey, Red. We're not gonna get away with this, are we?
Indeed, we're not. So we just fade into the game.
Come on.
And we're just in medias res, right into the action, pulling out the Transistor out of this man's body. Now we start off with two abilities and the little bar down here. That all of this will be explained in due time.
Well,
for now we've got Crash, the Crash function. You can just right click to use it. It's a short-ranged dash, or not dash, but short-ranged ability. Transistor is like top-down thing here. You move with WASD. But it's, you'd think it was would be a brawler or something with like, oh, you have these two abilities, but they have a rather long charge-up time. So how would you ever do this? And yeah, one of the things I really like about Transistor and just Supergiant Games in general is its narrator, which it uses in both games, both Bastion and Transistor. Both of them are voiced by Logan Cunningham, who's a very good voice actor, or at least fits his role very well. It's in Bastion, the narrator commented on almost everything you did, but in Transistor it's more toned down, which I like. You can also just expect shit or stuff to
that's all that matters.
To get more info on the game. You can go this way. This is not the way you're supposed to go, but it's a little bit of foreshadowing. Just remember this place is here. This OVC thing or whatever. OVC if you're Scandinavian. No, it's OVC. We'll see later. Now we'll go this way. There's a nice little arrow telling us where to go.
Yikes. Found us already.
What found us?
They want you back, I bet.
What wants us back? So, the combat has started. We can't leave this area before we right-click on this process. So it spawns. These are enemies in this game. These are the bad guys. These are the process. And as you can see, it's a nice little mechanic with them. They respawn, so you can't just kill one and run away.
Okay, let's go.
You have to run over, pick up the cell, and make sure that they don't spawn, which is going to be interesting moving forward. And yeah, to switch to breach, the breach function, the crash function, and the breach functions, they have a little bit of synergy, which I'll get into, which is the style of the game. Switch to breach and stash through these things. These obstacles in our path. Now, let's try to open this door by pressing.
More of these creeps.
But how do we deal with
Fred? Just.
And this is where it gets interesting. Now, Transistor is not, like I mentioned, a brawler or something like that. This is a game where it's basically a turn-based game, as you can see, but this thing we're doing right now is basically called the turn function, as you can see right there. This is where you can kind of like plan your attacks. For example, you can move while in turn, you can use your functions while in turn, but you can like plan it. And you can move here, like it tells us to. Just a tutorial. Tutorial shows us that you can also line it up so you can hit multiple enemies, how to take care of them in in quick succession, and then just play spacebar to execute the plan. This does this. It basically does it in quick succession. You can just run over, pick up the cell. This bar up here shows how much it's basically loading up to your use of turn, which you can use to. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Which you can like use to determine when you'll hit turn again. So you just go over here. Now, an important thing to do. The reason it made you use crash before as a start up was because it wasn't because it's like the most the function that uses the least amount of turn. It actually also sets up a combo, as you can see, and also, of course, use breach to hit both creeps at the same time. The process have names. They're named by the transistor or the sword. Who's in there? We don't know. But yeah, you can see it's a combo. Deals 50 more damage if you can hit crash beforehand. I'm gonna try to be greedy and hit another breach on this creep to like try to kill it as well. So let's just execute that plan now. There we go. Now these spawn a little bit further apart, but they have a like 10-second respawn time. It'll probably get harder during the game, but yeah, as you can see, you get a little bit of experience, or you unlock the next user level, or and that'll do several things for us. I'll try to get a level as soon as possible, but yeah, let's just press E to open this breakpoint. Now I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit.
Hello, world. Look at all that. We're on the edge of town, 100 blocks away. There's the empty set. Still too close to it. We better get as far from there as possible.
And yeah, that's if you heard that sound, that was my Discord going off, so that's not yours. Sorry if that distracted you. So throughout Transistor, there's these small areas where you can get a little bit of a breather and just relax a little bit, listen to some lore, some world building, some stuff. Like the games are absolutely gorgeous. That's also a thing. Like I really like the style of the game. So I think these were hand-drawn models, or not just drawn models. It also worked very well in Bastion. One small complaint I have is that Red, our main character, looks a little bit robotic when she moves around like this, but I don't know, I can deal with that because of the control scheme. And yeah, let's just continue down these 60... No, not 60. Oh my god, my English words are so bad. 36 flights of stairs.
Come on.
There's a little terminal over there, remember that's there.
Block party up ahead. Here we go.
And these guys won't attack us until we hit the turn button, which is spacebar, obviously. Now these bosses are called bad cells. As you can see, they're black versions of the cells that comes from the creeps. They are not that hard to kill. The creep is what I'm mostly worrying about right now. So, but you can like try to hit everything at once. They only have 10 HP, so it's easy to kill them. But they spawn in larger numbers, as you can see here. Do they hit it? Oh my god. Let's see, can I even hit it? Okay, let's just hit that. Okay. And Z. And dead.
Get out of here.
Let's get that cell. Now we don't just have these two abilities, and we'll eventually unlock new ones, and we'll get it like this.
Hi. You okay? I see. Sure. She wants to come along.
Yes.
We can use her.
Indeed we can. So then we got our third function, which is Spark. Spark is like an AoE attack.
Says hello. Her name's Lillian.
And you can just, yeah, it's easy to deal with the bad cells, but one thing to mention is that, like, it's a projectile that shoots out, and then an explosion shoots out around it. So that, therefore, it's not like, you don't specifically have to aim where in the center. You have to, like, make sure that what you want to hit is on the edge of the, as you can see, like, doesn't hit anything in here, hits stuff over here. So this is a reason why I'm not that big of a fan of Spark, but it's okay. It's just a little bit of lore. That's easy to miss. The OVC terminal, which we've seen. Let's open that up.
Cloud Bank Fashion Week not happening, huh?
Yeah. Wonder what happened there. You can see a little bit of citizens of Goldwalk District temporarily relocated. Petition for bridge at Fairview falling short. Just these are a lot of like little hints to the story going forward. So it's nice to read this. I've actually never seen this, but I haven't paid that big of attention to the OVCs apart from like not the scrolling text at least. So just more info. What's happening here?
3 days this time.
Oh, nice. Space is limited, so please reply soon, so we know what to expect you. Well, this seems nice. The fashion week would be really interesting, and this person looks trustworthy. Oh, what was it? Sybil Rice, event planner. Wonder if we'll see her. So the one person we've already seen have been killed off by the process, as you can see, and been able to pick her up. So I wonder if we're gonna see actual humans. Right. So I'd like to go to that fashion week, sure.
Maybe next year.
Now, yeah, the protagonist is silent, and the only way you can get information about the protagonist's character, or Red's character, is not really through the sword. I mean, you get some through the sword, but you also get it through the OVC terminals, where you can, where you see what Red will respond to these things, which sort of explains her state of mind. And yeah, you're gonna want to reschedule since the place is overrun with process. Sign out. And now we saw another OVC terminal over here. Should be interesting. Forecasts.
Wish it was raining.
How would you like
Cover
it?
your tracks.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it to rain. Actually, that would be interesting. So this suggests that you can actually influence things in Cloudbank, the city of Cloudbank, which is where we're located right now. So that's an interesting little bit of lore, which will actually play a big part of the story of Transistor, like it or not.
Rain's not even on the ballot.
Yeah, let's go for mild scattered clouds then. I like this light breeze. I don't know, it gets a little too warm. What is that? So let's go mild scattered. 63%.
Mild and inoffensive.
Yeah, nice. This is cool. Let's just sign out here.
Where were we?
Get on our way. Oh,
Watch out.
that's interesting. So here's the bat cells spawning again. I can't hit every one of them, so I'm just gonna bloop. Then let's not do a breach. Let's do another spark. See, this is it's good that it's like the edges, otherwise I wouldn't be able to hit. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to hit this process either way. So you can see that my meter has filled up. Oh, that actually hit that one. So that's a little bit of a gripe I have with the turn system, is that it's not 100% accurate. It's sometimes it'll be because the process moves in slow motion when you've finished your turn. So if you plan to like specifically hit one process and then it just moves a little bit out of the way, then some of your attacks are gonna miss. Or if it moves a little bit to the side, some of your attacks that otherwise would miss are going to hit. So it's a blessing and a curse, but mostly a curse, honestly. Let's just crash this bad cell and be on our way.
No problem.
It's a little bit of extra experience, 10%. It's nice to pick that up.
Ought to keep heading east.
Yeah, thank you, Transistor. We'll do that. That's the Transistor, of course, right there, of course. Oh, poor Lillian. Well, we shall use her legacy in order to break down these pieces of processed material.
Hey, end of the plaza. It's you.
I'm gonna shut up a bit because also if you haven't noticed yet, I like a lot about this game, but also the music is great. And the reason I like it, it's like really atmospheric. You don't really there's a limited amount of vocals in the tracks, so it's about appreciating the lovely vocals of Ashley Barrett. The music is made by Darren Korb, and it's just absolutely amazing. He also made a lot of songs from Bastion. That soundtrack was also very amazing. The music is just also a great point in this Supergiant's accomplishments. So I'm just, yeah, it's great. I said I was gonna shut up because there's a little bit of lore that's important, but yeah.
I'm so sorry, Red. They took your voice. I couldn't stop them. But we took something of theirs. Hey, let's just go.
Yeah, let's go. There's nothing we can do.
Just go.
Our voice is taken,
Damn.
and there's nothing we can really do about it. So it's just about having to move on. So yeah, that explains a little bit why the protagonist, Red, is mute, even though we can hear someone sing here. But yeah. So we have met another process. This one's called a young lady. You'll see why. Oh, no, you won't see why, but yeah. Backstab for best results. This is a little bit of a great point here. Like, you can just line this up and just backstab, which deals a little bit more damage in combo with Crash and Breach. Should basically be able to kill this process. But that's the secret sort of strategy that you don't realize right off the bat with the young lady is you can only get one attack in at a time.
Young lady here to see you.
Oh, but wait, yeah, there's a a great example of the turn function screwing up a little bit. As you can see, I aimed that perfectly, and the young lady still dodged it because she moved a little bit. So let's go over here. This is a little bit of a weird spot for her to be, but let's go ahead and breach that. Now you can see she teleported and she leaves it behind a shadow. The shadow will also attack, but it won't do as much damage. You can just line this up here. It's a little bit bothersome to just move around because it takes a lot of your meter. As you can see, you can also undo your actions just so you're not forced into anything. But that's easy to do. So let's just kill this young lady.
Finally.
But yeah, this is the part about the young lady that's a little bit irritating, is that she spawns a lot of eggs. Or cells. Or even though you could call them eggs, I guess. And they're just irritating to deal with. Also, apparently they can friendly fire each other, which I didn't realize, but that's interesting. Okay, so let's just deal with these. Yeah, that process just missed again. That's great. And let's just pause or turn again, and let's just crash, crash. Just deal with these guys. Because they're so fast outside of turn that you kind of have to turn
Side
in.
street due east. Through there.
Right.
I think I know a place we could get a ride.
Indeed. That would be great. I think actually we're gonna end this off right here. So if you like this, then yeah, I'm going to be doing more of it whether you like this or not. So enjoy that. So I'll see you guys next time where we'll explore more of this area and hopefully get a ride out of here. So whoever's chasing us, the processor or whatever, doesn't catch up to him. So see you then.